Hey everybody, we have a special guest who I'm going to call up right now while I adjust my microphone. I don't hear Discord ringing. Oh, that's good. I was like,
Hello.
oh hi, I can hear you. You can't hear me though, can you? You can't hear me, can you? This is good.
I cannot hear you. No.
Okay.
I don't even see a green circle for your audio.
That's great. Let's see here. I was going to use Voice Meter. I was going to be fancy about it. Discord has a thing that lets you share audio. I'm just talking to the chat here. Discord has a thing that lets you share audio with people. But it doesn't work if the audio is not technically coming from the program. And that's unfortunately how this works.
Hello. I can hear you.
Hi.
How's it going, Janine?
It's going good. I was trying to use Voice Meter Banana for you because the way that capturing a 3DS works, Discord won't connect the audio to the window.
Bummer.
But
You
I
have to do a
haven't
region
used...
capture and not just the program share.
Well, no, I can do the program share, but the way that a 3DS capture kit works is the audio is technically just coming in as a mic input. It is not coming in through the actual capture software. So Discord only associates Discord is wonderful in that it can pick up audio now. I love that because it makes it very easy to share a normal game with a person.
Yeah, totally.
Instead of doing all that Skype bullshit we used to do.
Oh my god, and the voice meter thing,
Yeah.
and only I think 1/5 of us knew how it worked.
Yes. And that's the thing is, I haven't had to do that in a while, so I don't fucking remember how to set it up. I kind of don't care to do it now anyways. It's fine.
It's, you're so far in, it'll take 15 minutes to even do it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
you're doing
fine.
Fantasy Life, right?
Yeah.
I know how that game sounds, so we're good.
Yeah, that's good. We'll be fine. We're good.
Yeah.
So I'm Janine Hawkins. I'm at Bleating Heart on Twitter, and I got Keith here with me. Who's Keith?
Hi, I'm Keith. I'm Keith Carberry. You can find me on Twitter at Keith J. Carberry. You can find the Let's Plays that I do at youtube.com/runbutton. Those are good to watch.
They are. They're extremely good. I'm still very partial to the Sonic LP. I mean, The Mario LP has a lot of good shit in it and has also been going for, I think, 16 years now.
Yeah, it's been 16
Yeah.
years, so we're almost halfway.
Is there a... Is
We're more than
Oz...
halfway.
sorry, there's just Austin's in the chat saying, do I hear a Keith echo? And he seems to be the only one hearing the Keith echo, which doesn't make any sense.
Need More Loot said yes, Austin. Like yes.
Oh.
Oh, must be yes. Yes. He's the only one. Because
Mm,
okay. I thought Need More Loot was saying yes. There's an echo and it sounds great. It's a great sounding echo.
I turned the... I turned the speaker, not speaker, the general output down a little bit. My mic might now be a little bit high.
It's possible that I'm coming in through your headphones.
That's what I was wondering. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll give it a shot here. I'm gonna dial up this jazzy theme music, or this Nintendo DS theme music. And we'll hop back in, because I just suspended my software. And then I can give Keith this nice fancy window.
Oh, excellent. Love the window.
How about I give you the OBS
Keith, are you
window?
in Austin's house? That would explain the echo, but I did just upload a video that proves I'm actually in my own house.
That's true.
If you want to check out my weird kitchen, you can look at my Twitter.
Do you want the game feed alone, or do you want the combination game feed and chat?
I've got the chat open. I can do game feed only.
Okay. Let's do that then. It's magical.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And this is straight off a real ass 3DS?
It's off of one of those little 2DSs.
Right.
One of the ones that's like a child's toy.
Yeah, those are great.
They are.
They definitely feel like a toy, but in a nice way.
Yeah, I think my only complaint about them is the D-pad feels spongy. Like it feels, the D-pad feels like the D-pad you would get if you got a box of candy that was shaped like a 3DS.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have one, but when I worked at GameStop, like 3 or 4 years ago, that's when like they launched, and so we had like displays of them, and I did not get familiar enough to notice a spongy D-pad, but definitely familiar enough to be like, oh wow, this is like when video games were toys.
Yeah, I got a Japanese one last year for the witching hour, and it's like lavender, so it like feels it's like super, it feels like a toy, but it also feels like
bird?
Yes, actually, it's a little bit lighter. It's like the front half of this bird.
Okay.
But it feels like the kind of toy I would have wanted to have. Like, it feels like an alternate universe in which those kinds of toys were more often like nice and girly, but also not like shitty. You know what I mean? Like a lot of girly electronics were kind of busted and like looked good, but weren't actually fun to use, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt sort of like this alternate universe kind of nice thing. I was supposed to go to the post office. All right, I was going to look up codes. There's a whole bunch of codes for this, but I think they might kind of break the game. I don't know.
Cheat codes, or
they're like stuff. It's like stuff you could get.
stuff codes?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to
like
make
a good
you
quality
an
hammer,
you weirdo. Sure, I'll say yes.
Here's the weird thing about this game is that I do remember almost none of it, even though I played like only this game for about a month when I finally got it. I didn't get it right away, but I think I got it like in the year that it came out. I think I got it early on in the next year, maybe. I think that's how it happened. But I played it for like a straight month, and it was excellent. And then I never played it again, and I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat. I remember like bits and pieces, but
it also was a while ago. Like, it feels like 3 years ago, but it was probably like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was like 2012 when it came out. Yeah.
2012.
Oh, I can up my mic a little bit. I had turned it down because I wanted to be balanced more, but we'll just crank that up and we'll be good. Oh, everyone's a little quiet. Okay. I did a lot of turning down. I should maybe have not gone so overboard with that. We'll see how this goes. I can also, if the game is a little bit too loud, I can go in and fix that. We'll see. Right, this dog wants fangs because this dog's fangs aren't great.
New fangs for the dog.
Yeah. Another
Is that
animal's
an
fangs.
invasive procedure? Is that...
I guess. Accepted fangs! Exclamation points.
Great.
Yeah.
This is going well. So, I guess you have to be able to be a witch in this game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. There's a whole thing going on over here, huh?
Oh, boy.
Bevo.
Are these beavers? Bevo.
Bevo
They're
the
Bevos.
beaver.
Oh, that's not... They're just not called Bevos?
No, I hope not. Maybe.
You should talk to the other one, see if it says
Yeah.
Bevo.
Oh, it's BV.
Oh, BV.
BV and
Okay, yes. It's
Bevo.
BV and Bevo, the beavers.
Naturally.
I'm being told that I'm a little bit too loud.
Oh, are you?
And that I'm clipping.
Okay. Hang on, let me turn you down a little bit. Which is a thing that I can just do in, this? Here we go, here we go.
It's a little stuffy in this office. This is my second time recording from this office. Little stuffy.
Yeah? You don't have like a...
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't really want a window in there necessarily if you're recording.
I do have a window in here.
Hmm.
It's kind of behind the TV. I could try and open it. Let's see.
No, this beaver just gave me some nuts. And some eggs. Alright.
Okay, so I got that window open,
Mm-hmm.
but is there any... Can you hear some noise from out there?
No, not really.
Okay,
We're
great.
good.
National Grid has been out there tearing up the roads to do something. I don't know.
National Grit?
National Grid. Sorry.
Oh.
National Grid is an electricity and gas company in the I guess in the northeastern United States.
Mm.
And they've been digging up the road for, I don't know, 15 hours. They've been out there drilling. Yeah, so they're still not done, but I can't hear the drill, just the truck, so it should be fine.
Oh, apparently minty ore is perfect for grinding up and turning into toothpaste.
What kind of ore? Oh, minty ore.
Yeah, I love toothpaste made of rocks.
I mean, it would be like a nice, if you could get it fine enough, it would be a nice abrasive.
Yeah, but you don't want to tear up the enamel on your teeth completely, you know?
No, I guess it really depends how much you use and how fine you can get it.
Yeah, that's very true.
National Grid. Someone's asking about, aren't National Grid's workers locked out, or did that end? I didn't hear about that.
Maybe that's just like in certain areas?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing I
don't count chalk.
You don't? As a
No.
rule?
No. I mean, I guess it's a mineral. Like, it's, you know, you can't, in some ways you can't get too picky about how you're defining a rock, but chalk to,
Mhm.
I guess, I don't know. I always tend to think of chalk as like an organic, byproduct, because it's like bones. It's like tiny little sea animal bones.
Is that what chalk is?
Yeah.
Is all chalk that? If I went and bought some chalk?
I'm sure there's like synthetic chalk. This is just my understanding is that chalk is like, I don't know, it's like little teeny tiny sea animals that are all like, that have been dead for like thousands, millions of years, and they get all like compressed
Sedimentary
into
carbonate rock, a form of limestone composed of the mineral calcite, an ionic salt called calcium carbonate or CaCO3.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's just what I always heard, though. So chalk happens because it's like, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely all. A lot of the pictures on Wikipedia are of. There's two different pictures of water, so there's definitely something going on with the water.
And that's true that if limestone does have stone right in the name, but also limestone is kind of like shitty stone. Like it breaks
Is limestone
really
a
easily.
particularly bad stone?
It's very fragile.
Limestone. Oh yeah. I know about limestone.
Okay, we should see what our first little tasks here are. Use Fireball to defeat 10 monsters. Use Icy Breath to defeat 10 monsters. Use Air Sick. Okay, so we need to like kill a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So compared to Magician's Quest, you seem a lot more powerful. Like like in a
We
violent
didn't
sort
like
of way.
murder as much in Magician's Quest. There's like, I mean, we have fought ghosts with wind in Magician's Quest and also in this. But in Magician's Quest, you just kind of like fart them into the air, and in this, you kill them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bring me 5 pine logs. Yeah, I can do that. That's sure.
I thought it was funny then, and still think it's funny that the money's called Dosh.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's almost surprising that hasn't been used more in games. Like there are some money terms for, there's some terms that like get used to death, I guess, and it's
the
kind
closest
of
thing that I can think of to this is that in the Oddworld games they call it moolah.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me as well.
No, they spell it funny. Do they spell it funny? I don't know.
I'd like it more if they didn't spell it funny. All right, let's go out of town and murder. We have enough money to buy a nice little house right now too, but like
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but we don't have like a lot of other. We couldn't like furnish it,
That's fair. And then what's the point of a house if you've got nothing to put in it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Although having too much stuff to put in a house can be a big headache and can really ruin my week this week.
Yeah, how's that been going?
It has been the hardest thing that I've ever done in my whole life.
Oh,
I have moved so many times, and I really felt going into it like, oh, this will be no problem. I've moved a bunch of times, and it's never been a problem. And then just this time, it just fucking sucked so bad. Maybe it's just because I have more stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like moving is totally fine when everything you own fits in like 2 or 3 storage containers.
Well, you know what it is that because like I kind of tricked myself into thinking that it would be fine because I'm pretty good about like getting rid of stuff that I don't use, and
that's a huge life skill.
Yeah, and so I'm glad that I have it because it's made moving in the past really easy. Where it's like oh, a lot of this stuff I don't need, I can just throw it away or give it away. And I've encouraged like Isaac to do the same where he can. And so I was like, oh, we got rid of so much of this stuff that we don't need between when we moved in together in Massachusetts and when we moved to Pawtucket already. But what happened was we have so much more furniture.
Yeah, and that's like the worst stuff too.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, well, I need this mostly.
Yeah. You need it, and also like you can't like having a lot of books is a pain in the ass, but you can take it. You can, if you need to, you can just like do it 5 books at a time. Like you can break that up, but like you can't. There's only so much you can do with a gigantic couch. I
got a new couch. I dismantled. They wouldn't let me throw away my couch at my apartment complex because,
Mm.
or they would like charge me like $400 to remove it, which is crazy.
Yikes.
So I actually had to spend half of one day taking apart a hand-me-down couch from Isaac's parents to make it small enough to bring upstairs to the living room, and then the other half of the day I spent dismantling my old couch so that it would fit into trash bags.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really bad.
The other thing with moving is that, like, if you have a lot of money, it's super easy because you can pay people to move your stuff. You can pay them to take your shit away.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but it's if you don't have that money, it's just like the entire world is just a fucking obstacle.
Yeah, it's bad. That was basically what I decided was next time I move, I'm hiring someone to help me move.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to even try to just like I could do it all myself. I've done it all myself before.
Ugh.
Yeah. But I love my new place, so that's great.
That's
Got
good.
a nice garden. It's very green. I moved from I feel like I was living in a parking lot and now I'm living in a secret garden is what it feels like. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, I've got like raspberries and grapes and mint and lavender, and there's rose bushes that surround the entire house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's excellent. There's trees. Have you heard of medlar?
No, that doesn't sound real.
It is real. Medlar is real. Oh, thank you. I just was delivered half of a burrito.
Ooh.
Medlar is it's a fruit that was popular in like Victorian England. And what you do is it's a tree fruit, and you leave it on the tree until early December, and it starts to decompose. And you pick it from the tree once it starts to decompose, and you put it in like a paper bag for a while, and then you make like jam or pies out of it.
Oh.
You could eat it if you want, but it's mostly for making jams or pies. So I've got 2 medlar trees, and then an apple tree and a pear tree in my backyard.
Huh.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's really fascinating to me thinking about the kinds of fruits that became ubiquitous and the kinds of fruits that like are completely forgotten. Like even it totally makes sense to me that like, you know, people in Massachusetts or whatever have never eaten a durian or whatever. But like stuff that is like domestic and local and like that their like grandparents maybe even ate and they don't even know exists is
medlar is totally one of those things where it's like, and you can see why it stopped being popular because
I don't think there's good like, PR on like leave this bag of rotting fruit in your kitchen and then make a jam out of it.
But even that, it's like you can harvest this fruit in late November, early December, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's what you get out of it. Out of a tree, you get like, and that's how most fruit works. But you can't just have like an orchard of fruit that's purely like a jam fruit. And you definitely can't have a December fruit like in a supermarket.
And I mean also lots of other fruit you can make jam out of, but you can also do all those other things with.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I actually quince. That's the other tree that's there. Oh. So it's apple, 2 medlar, an apple tree, and quince.
Had quince.
I have had quince once. I think you kind of it looks like a pear, and you like fry it. Like you sear it. You like pan sear it. And it's good. I actually really like it. So, and then I have some wine making buddies, and they're gonna help me try to figure out how to make this the small vineyard into a handful of bottles of wine, which will be fun.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
that's a nice little treat.
Yeah.
Oh boy, field controls.
Have you murdered enough of these monsters to satisfy
I haven't murdered any monsters. I've just been talking to this sleepy knight.
Well, there was that dragon for a minute.
Press X or A again in this stance to attack. Press B to put away your weapon. When surrounded by enemies, press Y to switch your focus between different enemies. Hold down B. Okay. Bugs. This guy okay. This guy seems like he should go home. Oh, he gave me
Yeah,
some
I
weed,
remember
so
this
it's
guy. He
fine.
should go home.
Yeah.
Ian said that fruit trees are a curse, but maybe they're biased because it says here, my apple and pear trees both only produce tasteless garbage. I'm hoping
Yeah.
that that's not true with my fruit trees, but my friend Mike came over to taste the grapes and see if they were worth it to make into wine, and he said that he was shocked at how good the grapes tasted, considering that they're just being grown in a fucking backyard.
They're just yard grapes.
Just yard grapes, yeah, and they taste really good. I've had a couple handfuls.
That's good.
Just sort of been like, yeah, I want a grape. Let me go outside and grab a couple grapes.
We have a white cherry tree, and like we've only ever gotten cherries of it off of it like twice, I think, in my lifetime.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah, and because like the birds get them and stuff, and even when we got them one year, I remember like I bit into one and then looked at the pit, and there were all these like teeny tiny little worms, and I was like, okay, I'm done. But they're like, white cherries are so fucking good. They're like really sour. They're just like, yeah, they're just like there's a very good blend of like sweet and sour. It's kind of like the equivalent of a white grape versus a red grape, where red grape is a lot sweeter, and the white grape or green grape, whatever you want to call it, has a lot of tartness to it, and they're great. But man, it is such a pain in the ass when you have fruit trees and like not necessarily the time to deal with them, and they're unlucky. They're like cursed.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I have better luck.
Yeah, I hope so.
The grapes
if you have that many plants going, then it's probably good.
Yeah. Well, here I have I thought I was maybe cursed with I guess varmint, because the first night I was there, I saw a possum in the yard digging in the grass, and then the second night I saw a skunk in the yard also digging in the grass, and then I had already seen I saw then another possum that same day, but since then I haven't seen anything. So I think they came in, they weren't interested in the fruit. The possum actually got stuck in the nets that are around the grapes. There's nets around the grapes to keep birds out, and I cut a little hole in the net so the possum could get out.
That was good.
And since then, haven't seen anything in the yard. I guess he told all his friends, "Careful, there's nets. They're not cool." But they didn't tear the shit out of the grass looking for grub or whatever.
I forget how big these dragons' faces are.
They're so big. What are they called again? They have like a silly name, right?
This is the nap dragon, because he's napping.
The nap
because he
dragon.
has a goiter. That's not true. It just looks like that.
I remember the name being a pun. I don't know why.
Nap dragon sounds like Snapdragon.
It does. You like the processor?
What?
Is there another thing that a Snapdragon is?
A flower. It's a flower, Keith.
It's a flower?
It's a
not
flower.
just the Qualcomm processing unit for mobile devices?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the flower that looks like a pair of weird lips, and you can like put your finger on it and make it like talk.
Oh, from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah? I didn't know they were. I've never actually done a deep dive on Alice in Wonderland, so I don't know.
I think there's a scene with like flowers that look like these. I'm looking at these. I'm pretty sure that these are in the Alice in Wonderland movie.
That makes sense.
These look cool. I like these.
Yeah. Is there something with these mounds? I don't remember. I feel like I'm supposed to be able to dig that.
Maybe you give like a shovel.
No. There's no shovel class. I mean, there's pickaxe.
No
class,
shovel
but
class.
it
Okay, maybe
it hasn't-
pickaxe.
No, it didn't like ask me to do that though.
You can't use a shovel without being a shovel class?
No. Whoops. What did I... Okay. Alright. Okay.
How many different familiars do you get to choose from? I assume that this bird is your familiar.
Shoot. No, it's a pet. And you can, like, as you level up your bliss, you can have multiple pets. Why can't I hit this? There we go.
There you go.
Please don't kill my bird.
Oh no, can the bird die for
Oh
real?
yeah, oh yeah. That bird
And like,
can hella die.
there's no way to bring it back?
Well, no, it would. I don't think it would die forever.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm not sure, but I don't think it does. But it's a bliss bonus, so it's like you can pick that instead of enlarging your bag or whatever. And I think you can have like 2 or 3 or something. I don't remember if there's a limit on it. I think it's kind of like you can have however many pets you have, like houses.
Can you have multiple pets with you at once? Could you just be followed by a horde of?
Yeah, because it treats them like it treats them like companion characters. So you can have, I think, up to 3 with you, but then you wouldn't be able to have like the story characters. I keep pulling my wand out when I don't actually mean to. It's fine. I have to kill stuff anyways. I love that I keep missing too. That's the best part of
Is there
this.
not like a lock on or something?
There is. It just doesn't work as well as I don't know. I did melee.
The fireballs they're not hit scan
before.
fireballs.
No, it doesn't seem to be the case.
So as a new witch, what's like your witch objective? What's your goal as a witch?
Mostly to murder stuff so we become a better witch.
Okay.
And then eventually do story things. But, you know, one thing at a time. And lots of toothpaste ore. That's great.
You don't have a personal witch ethos you're working towards this year?
I mean, in the past, our personal witch ethos has been, like, prank people and, like, sell bad food. So, I think we can still kind of get there. But,
Yeah.
whoops. That's not what I want. Not this. Fucking rude. Did my bird level up, or is it healing?
Oh boy, I can't tell at all. I saw it flash, and now it can't move. Oh, there it is.
I don't. Yeah, I was doing some kind of weird bird magic. Whoops.
It seems like you're getting better at hitting stuff, though.
You have to like get the sweet spot, and then it is good. It's better. Oh, I got mellow yellow. That's
Nice. Very cool.
I guess.
Lemon lime. Is mellow yellow lemon lime, or is it just lemon?
I don't know. I don't think we have it in Canada, if I'm being honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think the only time I've ever seen it was in the States.
It's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a totally good soda. Oh, this I didn't know. Mellow Yellow is a highly caffeinated citrus-flavored soft drink.
See, that's why we don't have it in Canada.
Produced and distributed by the Coca-Cola Company. Also didn't know that.
Huh.
It seems like one of those things that's kind of solo. It just doesn't seem like the sort of thing that has like a big company in charge. And maybe that's why it's rare, because Coke also has Sprite or 7-Up, one of those two. I think it's Sprite.
I think it's Sprite. Yeah, I think 7-Up is Pepsi.
Citrus-flavored soft drink produced and distributed by the Coca-Cola Company, which was introduced to compete with PepsiCo's Mountain Dew.
Oh, I didn't realize Mountain Dew was Pepsi.
Yeah, Mountain Dew's Pepsi. Do you have a Lift in Canada?
No. What is that?
Okay. It says that Mellow Yellow was withdrawn from Australia, but replaced with the similar but uncaffeinated Lift. And so I thought maybe Canada also had something like that.
No, you'd think we would. No.
It's hard to find Mellow Yellow even in the States. It's not easy. You kind of have to go to like a shitty gas station. Like nicer gas stations don't have it.
I'll defeat a red wolf for you. Sure. I just realized maybe I should have picked up a bounty. I don't remember how bounties work in this game. I thought bounties were maybe just a mercenary thing, though. I don't do mercenary stuff.
I have a caffeine question. What is Canada's caffeine thing?
There's only certain kinds of drinks that are allowed to have caffeine. Um, so colas and energy drinks, basically, and like coffee, tea, stuff like that. So a clear soda is not legally allowed to have caffeine unless it's classified as like an energy drink or whatever. So for the longest time, if you got Mountain Dew here, it couldn't have caffeine in it. Which is why Mountain Dew Energy, there are a lot of places now that will serve Mountain Dew Energy but not normal Mountain Dew, because Mountain Dew Energy is, I think, just like...
explicitly an energy drink?
Yeah, so it can have caffeine in it, and they can just like bottle their normal Mountain Dew or whatever the fuck.
Now, I honestly have contention with the classification of Mountain Dew as a clear soda.
I mean, it is... Well, I don't know that it's
like
classified...
green and cloudy.
I think it's... I said clear, like... That's my term and not theirs. It's mostly just like if it's not a cola or whatever.
Got it. Okay.
Whoops.
How about like root beer can have it? Dark sodas can have
I don't think root beer can.
Oh, wow.
Because it's not a cola. It's a root beer. So
That's
I'm
a bizarre law.
99% sure, like, if you look at root beer cans and stuff in Canada, it will say, like, caffeine-free.
Yeah, a lot of root beer is caffeine-free, I guess, but it is... I just feel like the caffeine in soda is so negligible. Like sodas.
Yes, I think it's like the combination of the caffeine and the sugar that really gets you.
Yeah, even in the United States, sodas are only allowed to have like 70 milligrams of caffeine, and that's like a quarter of what's in a cup of coffee. Like, it's so low. It's really low.
Whoops. I think that's my bird healing. Okay, yeah, that is.
Yeah, I saw 15 there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's level 15, but that seems high.
Yeah, that's extremely high.
What if you just have a really, really powerful bird?
That'd be pretty cool. Considering all I've done is like make curtains and stuff. If I just had a very powerful bird, that'd be pretty good.
What kind of curtains do you make?
Beige.
Sick. Very cool.
Yeah. There we go. Firepower complete. All right. I think my goal here is I want to level up my witch power once before we proceed with the story, which will, that's a task.
Yeah, that's totally. And oh no, I think that's a magic bar. Do you have an XP counter somewhere?
Somewhere. Surely somewhere. Let's just harass these sheep and then we'll figure that out. Right, I already finished the firepower thing. I should be doing something else. Like,
Did you have a water one?
Yeah, I have water.
Yeah.
Let's see. HP. Or XP. The other one. Yeah. That's yeah, I need 62 more to level up.
Oh, that's not that much.
No. But I need some other number of blue star things to level up my actual witch level. Actual, like, career.
Real quick, I have an answer. Someone in the chat says, is there any truth about how caffeine in tea is different than caffeine in coffee and soda? Because I don't get major crashes from tea like I do with everything else. I also get, when I drink coffee, I get really, like, anxious and jittery and nauseous, and I do not get a very satisfying energy boost from them. But with tea, I do get a very satisfying energy boost without a crash. That's because, first of all, tea has an extraordinarily lower amount of caffeine than coffee. Even less than soda, pretty much, usually.
I thought green tea had more, but I don't know where I heard that.
So, if you were drinking a matcha, which is the whole leaf ground up, that has a ton of caffeine in it.
Oh, okay.
But because it's just, like, absorbing through the leaf, most of the caffeine that's in the leaf doesn't come out, even if you steep it a ton of times.
Okay.
So it's really hard to figure out how much caffeine is in tea, but it is like, it's, for most teas, even the more highly caffeinated teas, it's like less than a soda. Usually substantially less than a soda. The general rule is that the darker a tea is, the less caffeine it probably has. But also the real reason is it has L-theanine in it, which is an amino acid that's found pretty much exclusively in tea that counteracts some of the negative side effects of caffeine.
Oh.
So that's how that works.
Huh.
For a long time, people thought that it was a different thing. They would call it uh, they called the caffeine in tea something different. I can't remember what it's called. Teafine or something, but it's not. It's the same thing. It just also has L-theanine in it.
I love when people name things and they're just like, I don't know what to name. They found it first in tea, so let's just call it theanine, like or whatever. Like I'm trying to think of other examples of this, but like if you find like, oh, we found this weird acid in a dog, let's call it, dogacin or something. Like, I just love when science gets lazy. I just find it very funny.
Yeah. Especially because that's probably the most fun part of science is discovering something.
Yeah, and you like name it after yourself unless it's embarrassing, and then you don't. I can't shoot on this ramp.
That's my. I think I just uncovered a new life goal is to have some lazy scientist name a weird a weird thing after me. That's what I want. I want like a weird. I remember when I was Gary Larson. Is that the cartoonist?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, Gary Larson. I had a big book of Gary Larson cartoons when I was a kid. It was like an anthology book of all of his comics, and one of the pages was about how the scientist named a new type of flea after him. And I always thought that was so funny. So if anyone out there's a scientist, and you find a new type of flea, I'm here. I'm waiting.
Oh man, I'm making little puffs of smoke. I'm all exhausted.
Who's exhausted? Oh, you're magic.
Yeah, this lizard's
Magicked
pretty
out.
Stupid.
Do you have like a mana potion?
I do, but there we go. I leveled up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I do, but I'm being lazy and not using it. And I leveled up, so it all worked out. Whoops. God, that's right. Thagomizer is real now. That's what they call it, because they realized they didn't have a name for the spiky thing at the end of a Stegosaurus's tail.
Oh my god, that's for real?
And they call it a Thagomizer now because of that Far Side cartoon with the cavemen. Like, yeah, that's real.
Oh boy. That's funny.
It is extremely funny.
I can't believe that Gary Larson has impacted science broadly in two very different ways.
I totally can. I think Gary Larson was like very ahead of his time. Like if you look at Far Side comics now, a lot of them are extremely millennial humor.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They're like half millennial humor, half extreme dad humor.
Yeah. They're probably good. Maybe I should I probably have that book somewhere. I should go and read it and see if I still think it's as funny as I did when I was
I've still
10.
got one kicking around too. Someone wants oak logs. I should be cutting these down. When I was little, I read through like that whole collection of Far Side comics, but also Bloom County, which is
I don't know Bloom County.
The one about the penguin and the cat. There's like the A Wish for Wings That Work. Did you ever hear about that? That like it's
no.
like they made a movie out of it. It's like a penguin who wants to fly and stuff. But it was like I'm trying to think of like a way to describe it. It's like there's this penguin who's kind of a nerd, and then this cat who's like a disaster.
Oh, I don't know.
And then like a bunch of people, just like a bunch of humans.
What makes the cat a disaster?
He's just gross. I think he
okay.
goes missing for a bit or something.
I've seen this penguin. I don't know.
Bloom County does get weirdly dark, yes.
One of the fun things that was in my Far Side anthology was there was a whole section on comics that he had written that, for whatever reason, had like an unintended innuendo or were like misinterpreted in some way, that he received like a lot of like hate mail for. And that was always my favorite section, was like reading up, like looking at the comics and trying to figure out what the fuck could be the problem here. And then like here's an angry letter from someone who thought that this dog was fucking a car, because the way that the dog was standing on a car. It was the caption was just like, what dogs dream of, and it was like a dog had like caught a car and was standing on it, and this person was just like very angry that the idea that a dog would dream of fucking a car.
That seems pretty funny.
Yep.
Come on. Oh.
And it did kind of look like that, to be fair to the the person who wrote it.
When you're working in single panel comics, you kind of. Oh, that thing's creepy. I think I need this for something, but it's creepy.
Oh, it's like an apple. Oh, I said it's like an apple fish.
It is like an apple fish. A thing I like about the Danish language.
You're gonna post that Far Side comic in the chat.
Oh, excellent.
It super does look like this dog is having sex with a car, but
a thing I like about the Danish language is that apple is very straightforward. It's like able. It's like you can learn to recognize it. Orange is like able sin, and I am sure there is some root to sin that I don't know, but every time I see it, it to me is like it just reads as like apple sin, like a sin apple. Orange is the apple of sinners. I'm sure that has nothing to do with anything. That is just.
What language is this?
Danish.
Danish. I don't know any Danish.
I mostly don't either. That's the only thing I know, basically. And I also might be getting that wrong. It might be like a thing that sounds similar to able. I don't remember. Apples are the apples of sinners. That's a good point. That is kind of their whole like deal.
Yeah. That's why I never had an apple.
Because you want to stay pure.
I want to stay as pure as I can, at least. Apples are one of the fruits that I really like when I have them, but never buy. Mostly because like the task of like having to remember which kinds of apples I like is so overwhelming for me.
It is. Oh my god. I know exactly what you mean. There's so many and they all look kind of the same, except for the big ones that don't.
And then the two most popular Ew. Excuse me. The two most popular kinds of apples are like the two worst kind too.
Yes.
Red Delicious is easily the worst
kind
of apple.
They're not delicious. They're just mush. They're look just beautiful. Yeah.
They absolutely look beautiful.
That's why they're popular, is because they look like nice. An archetypal apple. They just look like perfection, but they just do taste look like nothing.
Yeah, it's like if you were to see a cartoon like in a comic, a cartoon apple, it would be a Red Delicious apple every time.
Yeah.
So I think Fuji apples I like. I think I like Pink Ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I like Honey Crisps. Those are the ones that I can remember that I like.
I go back and forth on Pink Ladies. I feel like sometimes I bought a Pink Lady. I bought Pink Ladies once because like the name appealed to me, and then I ate them, and I was like, I hate this. And then I got a bunch of apples again, like different kinds of apples, to try and find the ones I like, and then I liked that Pink Lady. So I don't know what I want in an apple at this point.
Yeah.
And like, there are some apples that are good to, my mom was really partial to Macintosh apples, and I called them trash apples just because it was the only apple we ever had, and I got really sick of them. So I just started calling them trash apples, which is really unfair because a Macintosh is a good, just like hand-eating apple. It's a good balance of tart and sweet, but it's a terrible apple to eat with cheddar. Apple. It tastes like garbage when you eat it with cheese.
I've never had an apple with cheese, and I cannot
recommend it highly enough.
I know that there's parts of America that is like very standard, and then
Yeah,
the rest of it.
I'm not a proponent, I'll say, of putting like American cheese slices on your apple pie. I think that is heinous. I know that's a thing people do, and I will not
Oh,
stand for it.
I know that exists, but whenever I've seen cheese on an apple pie, it's always been cheddar or some kind of
Ugh.
sharp cheese.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll eat like I really like a sliced apple with some slices of cheddar. And you alternate eating the apple and the cheddar, and it's just like that's a lovely snack.
have you had Dubliner?
No.
This is great. You should try if you can find it. It's I Where I live, it's just in most supermarkets, but I
Mm.
hadn't tried it until like last year, 2 years ago. It's an Irish cheese that tastes a lot like cheddar, but it's a tiny bit sweeter and it's a tiny bit like nutty flavored.
Ooh,
It is so good. It
that
is
sounds
incredibly.
awesome.
It's it's excellent. It very quickly became one of my favorite cheeses.
I'm very cheese picky, but that sounds like exactly what I would want in a new cheese experience.
Um, do they have Kerrygold in Canada?
I don't know. Again, being very
I know
cheese
that.
picky, I don't really
Yeah.
tend to.
Well, they do butter too. Um, but I know that they have a Dubliner that is totally serviceable. Um, but yeah, try if you find a cheese store or like a nice supermarket, try for a Dubliner.
Hmm. It's weird because if you just told me to look for a Dubliner, I'd think it was a kind of donut, like
It,
like a Berliner, but with
You
like
get a Berliner.
something kind of boozy in the middle or something.
That would be all right, probably.
Yeah,
I've never had a boozy donut. I don't know if they exist, but
I'm sure they're around. I'm sure someone's made like an amaretto donut and sold it for $12, right?
yeah. I bet it was a fad food in New York, and it was everyone's favorite thing
Yeah.
for 4 weeks, and then no one ever heard of it ever again.
Pretty much.
What a crazy industry that is. The weird New York dessert fad industry.
Yeah. I mean, I think it helps that a lot of those are just like individual bakeries will build their name on a thing and then move on to a new thing. And it's not just like someone opening a pop-up shop that only does this one thing and then they go out of business because they built their name on a thing no one gives a shit about anymore, I think.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like the Cupcake Cafe craze or the Cupcake Store thing.
Cupcake Cafe? Is it just like a place that does really good cupcakes?
I mean, like, the like, there's that thing where, like, everyone ever was, like, opening these cupcake businesses, and then they basically couldn't give their cupcakes away because there were cupcake places fucking everywhere.
Oh, okay. For me, cupcakes are like the Red Delicious of desserts because they look so good, but they always are worse than regular cake. The cake itself is worse, and then it's usually my big concern is that they have just an awful cake to frosting ratio,
Mm,
and
mm-hmm.
it's just so much frosting, and I don't
Yeah.
want that much frosting.
That's the thing,
I
is,
wanna
like,
have
a
cake.
homemade cupcake is good because you can control that. I can't see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
there we go. I fucked up. A homemade cupcake is good because you can just do the thin. Whoops! You can just do the thin layer of frosting. But yeah, the store-bought cupcake, they're trying to impress you with that frosting, and I just want to scrape it all in the trash.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm not 5 anymore. You know,
No.
I'm not here for that. That is the secret, though. Muffins are just cupcakes, so you just get a muffin. It's just like a tall, robust cupcake.
Well, but I don't,
basically.
because muffins are, it's definitely cake. Muffins are cake, but it's usually like, you can tell the difference between a dessert cake and a breakfast cake.
Yeah. Muffins are much oilier too. You ever
Yeah,
notice
they're
that?
oilier.
Very
They're
oily.
and they're I think usually not as dry as cupcakes. Not that cupcakes are overly dry, just that there's a lot of moisture.
I think that's the like oiliness.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It like saturates them. Oh. There we go. Fishing in this game is so much easier than in the fucking Magician's Quest games.
Oh yeah, I can't remember how fishing works in that. I never did a Magician's Quest. This is my first.
That's so wild to me.
Isn't it? Isn't it
Yeah.
wild? This is my
I
first
don't understand why that
witching hour.
happened. I'm like a little upset that it happened that way. It's kind of a shame.
That's fine. I watched a lot of the first couple of seasons.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. But I don't remember at all the fishing.
No, it's like very bare bones kind of fishing. These wolves are gonna kill my bird.
I like that these wolves look like they look like Looney Tunes wolves.
They do. I wonder why frosting. Buddhazil in the chat says frosting makes my mouth sting. I wonder why that would be. You must be like allergic to something in it. I don't think it normally. But I'm trying to think of like what there could be in frosting that you'd be allergic to, because it's mostly just like sugar and then some sort of substance, you know?
Sugar plus
like
substance.
Butter or milk or
cream or which is just
cheese.
extra milk, but
Milk plus.
it really uptight milk is cream. This is all of this is why I prefer a nice pie to a cake.
Yeah, I'm a little pickier. I like pie, but I'm picky on the kind of pie. I bet I've already fulfilled this water spell request, haven't I?
Oh,
like
yeah,
I've been using it forever. Fuck these things.
These root carrots, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like particular about pie fillings is the problem. The only pie that I will 100% always have some of is blueberry. Everything else is very mood dependent.
Blueberry pie is excellent. For me, the only pie that I won't always just have some of is an apple pie. Pumpkin is my usual go-to favorite pie. My favorite dessert in general is a cheesecake or a brownie. And we don't have to get into that, but that's my favorite pie is a cheesecake. And
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying shit.
And then pumpkin is, I think, the closest thing to that. Like if there was a traditional pie equivalent to a cheesecake, it'd be a pumpkin pie, I think. I like the custard pies, I guess, is what I like. The sort of like it's like a solid filling, not a bunch of stuff swimming in sugar. But blueberry pie, cherry pie, pecan pie, all top pies for me.
I've never had pecan pie. Isn't it just like mostly
really
sugar
good.
though?
Oh yeah, it's
That's
absolutely.
the thing that keeps me away from it. Is just like it seems so much. It seems like so much.
It's very, very filling. I recommend a small slice. It's not that it's mostly sugar. It's that it's like it's got like a sugar as a binder to like keep the pecans together, and then also the pecans are candied pecans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
Sugary pecans that are kept together with sugar. But I feel like an apple pie or a blueberry pie is the same thing. It's like apple slices surrounded by an ocean of sugar.
Yeah. Oh, my bird died.
Oh no, for 60 seconds.
We're good. Res my bird. Hey, fuck you. That's my bounty.
Oh, wow.
Asshole. Oh, he destroyed it. I also probably accidentally destroyed it a bit. Damn it.
Oh, the box? You're trying to get that box and he wrecked it?
Yeah, I was going to turn that in for some money.
I saw him. No, he did it. That wasn't you.
I was also firing at it. That's fine. We're a young baby witch. This is gonna happen, you know.
Oh, Dollop! I didn't know the bird's name was Dollop.
The bird's name is Dollop. I'm just gonna keep circle strafing this guy until I feel strong enough.
Just let Dollop take it.
Yeah, it's fine. Dollop knows I've got their back. I fucking missed.
The team.
Devastating.
Poor Dollop. Listen, Dollop's just a little scoop.
Dollop is just a little scoop. They're just a milk a little scoop. Do they still sell those? Speaking of things that are just sugar.
I don't know what those are. I could tell that it was a thing, but I don't know what it is.
It's like a chocolate egg with like sugary cream in it, and it comes with a little spoon, and you just eat it. It always seemed gross to me.
Yeah, I've never seen those.
It might be like one of those like things that's like British or European or something, so it just shows up in Canada for a bit.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Although New England gets some of that stuff for almost no other reason than it's called New England.
I'm sure there's some other reason.
I don't know.
I don't think people are like looking at like, what can we import? Well, this is from England and we're New England, so we should probably take a look. I don't know if that's how it works.
You're right, but every once in a while there's just like some weird British stuff around. I mean, here's the thing about New England. Every single place in New England that isn't with like the exception of a handful of places that are named after like American Indian stuff, every other thing is named after like directly after a British place.
Yeah.
All of the counties, all of the towns, all of the states. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's really bizarre.
I mean, that's you're talking to someone from Canada, so like that's
fair.
Also how everything works here. Is you have the things that are named after native words and communities and things like that, and then you have the things that are named after either French places or British places, pretty much, or Ireland, Scotland, get some stuff like that. We literally have a river named the Avon River, and there is literally a town called Stratford on it. So,
see, here's the thing: you named 4 different countries. Everything here is just England. They just redid it, and England is smaller than New England, so they repeat all the time, like constantly. There's like 4 different Norfolks in New England.
Oh my god! I actually never.
I love these wolves.
They're pretty fucking good.
You never thought that what?
I never thought about New England being smaller than England, or sorry, the other way around. England being smaller.
Yeah, New England is like, it's probably like 2 or 3 times the size of England.
Yeah.
Or of Britain.
Ah, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Shoot.
Okay, England is 50,000 square miles, and New England is 72,000 square miles.
There is a London in Ontario. That's true.
There's a London in Maine as well.
There's also a Paris in Ontario.
Honestly, there might be a Paris in Maine as well.
Paris is a good name for a place, is the thing. I mean,
Paris,
I can't
Maine.
fault anyone for that.
Maine is the one. Is Maine New England? It's gotta be.
I think so. I mean, it's up with like Vermont and all that. Right?
Yeah. It is New England. Yeah. Maine is the one exception where it renamed a lot of its towns in the last like 100 years or something to like other famous cities. So like, I just Googled Paris and on Google Maps and scrolled out, and just from here I can see Berlin, Milan, Naples. That's weird. This one is just Poland. Let's see if
Poland Springs, is that like a place? That's the water?
Not in Maine.
I just realized I should have been killing weeds and frogs in a cave. That's where we should go. In here. Here we go.
Oh, there's a Portland and a New Portland, both in Maine.
I was about to say, does that
Main's
look like a
weird.
weed? It's a frog. It's a blue frog. I need those too, but it's not weed.
That's not weed, no.
No.
Cure weed or a different kind of weed?
Weedlings.
Weedlings.
There's a lot of weed in
okay.
this game. Weeds.
And weed.
Yeah. I mean, it's ostensibly about millennial employment crises, so you know.
Is it?
I mean, kind of. There's like part of this game that's like very heartwarming in terms of like gig economy woes, and then there's part of it that like maybe doesn't translate super well and is a little judgy.
Okay, yeah.
It's hard to know without knowing where this game is coming from in some ways.
Yeah. I can't believe you're going through you're minding your own business, walking through this world, and these little frogs and those carrots are just like, I've got to attack. I've got to try and take out this wizard.
Well, you know, if you like walk around in the woods, sometimes like a carrot won't attack you, but like there could be mean frogs, theoretically. I'm sure somewhere there's a frog that attacks people.
I've never seen. Have you seen those giant frogs though? Those are crazy.
I don't like the sound of that at all. How are they giant?
The biggest frog in the world. They're just so big. They're just like the size of like a cat.
No. They can't be the size of a cat. No, I hate that.
No, they're like super the size of a cat.
I don't like frogs. Don't gross me out or anything in particular, but like they're one of those things where it's like I like you the size you normally are, thank you. Like I can deal with a ladybug. I could not deal with a ladybug that was the size of a mouse.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Have you ever seen this is I can't remember how I got here. But you know how sometimes on YouTube you just go like, "Oh, I don't know how I got here?"
Yes. This is you remember when I was posting all of that pottery drama? That's that.
I don't remember the pottery drama.
The like Ray Dunn mugs that like there's like a whole Ray Dunn mug racket and everyone wants these Ray Dunn mugs and they're like $6 at Home Sense or Home Goods. I don't know what your thing is. But then there's people who like
fakes.
No, there's people who like just go in the mornings and then buy all the mugs and then flip them on like Facebook for like $20 each because there's this whole like everyone wants these Ray Dunn mugs, but they're all just like kind of like wonky looking things with just like big letters on them, like big letters. There's other things in this line, but the only things that are really valuable are these like mugs that just say like cook on
Coffee,
them in big weird letters.
Mom, bliss.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yes.
Friend, blessed. Why are these popular?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. It's just one of those things. But it's like, and now YouTube just keeps recommending me like these mommy vloggers with like their Ray Dunn hauls, and I just keep watching them, even though they're all just showing off the same mugs that say like family and blessed and all that stuff.
Hot mom.
Not even. Is there one that says hot mom? That feels controversial for this line.
It might say hot me, but all I can see is hot M, and I just assume it says hot mom.
Why would it say hot? Hot me makes less sense.
Hot? Maybe it says hot men, because the second letter kind of looks like it might be an E.
Hot mug?
No,
it might say hot mug.
It might say hot mug. I don't know.
But there's like, you can get like matching butter dishes that say like, one of them says smear and the other one says spread, which is just gross to me. I just don't, I don't know why you would want either of those, never mind both. It's terrible. Hot meme says taps. That's good.
Okay, I'm gonna go Ray Dunn hot. Oh, it says hot mess.
Oh, see, yeah, there you go. That's not like hot mom.
No.
I feel is like
it.
Not...
I thought it was an O, and then I noticed that there was a little dash for the.
I'm not doing
second...
anything here, am I?
if you search the Ray Dunn hot mess,
I'm out of
you can see
energy.
that the middle dash for the E is not where you would expect it to be.
Hmm.
Which led me to think it was an O.
Yeah, everything. I feel like the center point on the writing is a little like higher usually or something. So
It's
it's
way high, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, these mugs suck.
You could make them. They look so like. I mean,
I
you.
could go to a place that
Yes, you could go to a
sells
pottery
make
place
your
and make
own.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you
where
would
it's
still need
like
a kiln to glaze them and stuff, but
sure,
whatever.
but there are places where it's like, hey, come in, give us $30 and you can make your own mug
Mm-hmm.
and you get to keep the mug and we'll glaze it and you can write whatever you want on it and you could probably get a better mug.
Yeah, but like this is the thing with these is like they so this is the thing where apparently employees of TJ Maxx have been mandated by the company that they are not allowed to put a hold on any products in the Ray Dunn line. And likewise, if you walk into a store and buy some Ray Dunn stuff, you are not allowed to walk around the store carrying it. You have to deposit it at the front if you want to continue shopping. Um,
Wow.
yeah. And there have been instances of people like bringing coffee and donuts for the employees so that they can get like first pick when they put the stuff out. It's like a whole weird. It is this whole weird fucking thing that's just been going on.
Is this the new limited Yankee Candle scent?
Yes, I think so.
Where
Some of these mugs are like special
Yankee
holiday
Candle.
mugs, and that's like part of the
Yeah.
heat here. Is these Halloween mugs are the ones everyone wants and whatever.
I recently threw out a ton of mugs that I didn't need so many mugs. I don't drink out of mugs very often.
Mm-hmm.
I kept like 3 or 4 mugs and I got rid of so many nicer mugs than these. I got rid of them. I was like, "Oh, this mug is so much better and I'm still not interested in having it."
Yeah.
You know what makes a good mug is a mug that's small enough to not be too much coffee, or a mug that's big enough to also eat cereal out of.
Ooh, yeah.
And this or soup or something. And this is in that horrible in between spot where it's way too much coffee, but not enough where you could put anything else in there.
Yeah. It's like a mug you put M&Ms in when you're watching a movie or some shit like that. Like if you want to be fancy and pretend you're not just eating a whole shit ton of M&Ms alone on your couch. I'm not judging, but like
No, M&Ms are excellent.
Smarties are better. Canadian Smarties.
Canadian Smarties. I've had
Canadian
Canadian Smarties,
Smarties.
which is fine, but I don't like the regular M&Ms. I like the peanut M&Ms or the
Peanut
I like
M&Ms,
the pretzel
peanut butter
M&Ms.
M&Ms are good.
Peanut butter are very good. Have you had the pretzel ones?
No, I don't know that we have those. It takes us a little while to get stuff sometimes.
Those are fantastic. It's been like 5 years,
Oh, well.
but they're great. They're in a blue bag if you see them. Pretzel M&Ms. Highly recommend them.
My problem with a plain M&M is the chocolate is very like low quality and gritty.
Oh,
There's like
yeah,
a gritty
absolutely.
bitterness to them that I just
you need
find
something inside
It
there.
tastes dirty, and I just don't want that.
Yeah, it's gross. Yeah. Are Smarties, is that a higher quality chocolate?
They're like smoother. I think it's one of those things where like UK chocolate, it's one of those sort of situations where UK chocolate companies do their stuff a little bit differently, so it's like usually sweeter and smoother.
Okay. I would probably like that more than a plain M&M. Because I agree. I don't like. That's the weird thing is I would basically refuse to eat a plain M&M, but I really love the ones with the fillings.
I'd eat like maybe one or two, and then just enough to like satisfy the momentary whim, but like
that when there's a bowl of them at a holiday party, that's like the exception. But if there's someone that was like, hey, do you want, like, I have a fun-sized bag of M&Ms, do you want a snack? I'd be like, oh, nope, I don't want a snack. Sorry.
I'm actually not hungry, and I'm never going to be hungry again. Thanks. Okay, we managed to find a bounty of sulfur, which is not as good as that big bounty man that we had, but is still okay.
Can you believe that he did that? He destroyed
I'm
that
furious. I mean, to be fair, that was his friend. Like, we put his friend in a cage, and he was like, "Oh no, no, no."
bounty. Oh, that was his friend. He killed his
That was
friend.
like his boss, and he was
killed
like,
his
"No, our
boss.
boss would be better off dead than in your hands, interloper."
I didn't realize that there was a
Yeah.
man in that box.
Yeah.
I thought it was like stolen goods.
No. It was stolen goods, but spelled like the name that people sometimes have with like the E at the
yeah.
end. Maybe. I don't know that. I don't know what his name was.
It's probably Goods.
Sure.
Stephen Goods.
It could be anything, really. Now, what's your problem?
All these people got all these problems.
Greetings, madam. I'm Gates. Rhymes with something, probably. Plates, maybe. Dates. Good. Good small talk.
Gates guards them good. One
Wants a
good quality bronze shield.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a lot of money.
That is. That's some serious dosh.
Yeah.
Now, here's a fun idea.
Mm-hmm.
Eating ice cream out of a mug is the best because your hands don't get cold. I've never thought of that. That's probably pretty good.
My hands don't get cold when I normally eat ice cream. How are you eating ice cream that your hands are getting cold?
If you've got like a thin bowl.
I mean, I
you're
usually
holding
keep
the
the
bowl
bowl on the desk.
Well, what if
or
you're on
the
a
table.
couch?
I guess. I don't usually eat ice cream on the couch.
No. I'm not a huge ice cream guy, but I definitely have eaten ice cream on the couch. And I
Yeah.
haven't had the cold hand bother me so bad, but here's the other upside of a mug is that less ice cream can fit in there than a bowl, and sometimes you eat too much ice cream, and by you I mean me.
I don't remember where I'm supposed to bring bounties. The mail people?
Yeah, maybe the post office does bounties.
I don't know that they do, but I mean, I'll ask.
My favorite way of consuming ice cream is in an ice cream sandwich.
I feel like I've never had a good ice cream sandwich.
Really?
I don't like the way the cookie part is all like soft.
Are you talking about like the long chocolate ice cream sandwiches? I love those. I see why one might not, but I love them. But the other thing is a fresh chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwich. Oh boy, that's good. That's some good stuff. There's you can do it yourself, or in Boston there's a food truck that hangs out around South Station that'll sell like homemade cookies and I made into ice cream sandwiches, and it's like one of the best things.
What's an iceberger?
Yeah, what's an iceberger? Does America/Canada have icebergers? No, absolutely not.
Here we go. Bounties. Right. Good.
Oh, okay. So we don't have this brand name, but this is this is almost exactly what Janine and I were talking about the original ice cream sandwich. This is like a little bit thicker of a chocolate cookie than I'm used to seeing, but essentially it's the same thing.
Okay, I should figure which of these quest things I can turn in now. Okay, I can talk to Giles. I got some honey for Pancake Paul. Okay, I got some stuff here.
Pancake Paul needs that honey probably for his pancakes.
Yeah. He does. I also got some like crafting quests we can do. Alright. Pancake Paul, I want to say, is like right around here. Is this you? Yes, Paul. Time to drizzle. I don't need to know all the things you're doing with this. Just...
I have 3 things in mind for this honey pot. Smear, spread, and drizzle.
Yuck. Nothing could possibly bring me down today. My smile is pancake powered. That's a good way to live, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad that Paul is happy in
Pancake
his
powered.
life.
Yeah. Oh, magic school. Here we go. I don't think we'll have enough to level up our magic because we only did like 4 things, but we'll see.
That's a lot of things for so early in the game to not get to level up.
Yeah. Oh, they're worth 30 each. Okay, okay. Yeah, we did a bunch actually. We might be good here. I don't know. I think we need
That's
like
150 stars acquired. Oh, 250? Wow. Oh, 200.
We'll see. I don't know. We need 100 more.
Wow. That's a lot. 300. Wow.
Mm-hmm. We're getting there.
What do you get when you level up your magic? More spells, more mana?
I forget. I also never leveled up the magic stuff, so like I know with like tailoring you learn more recipes and stuff like that when you level up, but I don't know how to. I don't know what you.
Do you have a backup job, or are you just magic right now?
We took a bunch of things. Like that's how I'm able to mine and cut wood and stuff.
Oh right, yeah. And then you also said you made curtains.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mostly focus on. I want to mostly focus on the magic and maybe some alchemy, but I took a bunch of other stuff so we could still like make money and have stuff to do and things like that. Yeah.
I can't. It's been so long. I think I used to know the answer to this, but how well does the game allow you to do a fully non-combat game?
I want to say that like I don't remember either. I know you can.
I know that you can just start off like being.
You can finish the whole game. Like when I played the first time, I was only a tailor. That was the only thing I did, and I still finished the game. And like I think most of the like main boss things are like talky and not like fighty as much. And like if you have companions, they could do the fighting for you, kind of thing. But I don't really remember.
Oh boy, the chat's talking. I totally forgot. I apologize about key lime pies, which are so good. A key lime pie is so good. I should have mentioned that when we were talking about pies, but I just need to set the record straight. Key lime pies is a top pie.
You have to talk to Timmy. I also think I ran past one of the people I needed to tell stuff to. We should also probably try and make a beret while we're here. And maybe a shield for those people.
I don't remember the beret, but I do remember the shield. That's a big reward we're gonna get for that one.
Yeah, there's a lady who wanted a beret too.
Who is that little Wigglytuff over there?
That's a plushie. His name's like Spoolie, I think. What do I need for a beret here? I need dandelion cotton. All right. We'll just do a whole shit ton of this because I don't want to fucking stand here making cotton all day.
Yeah, that would suck.
It would. All right. I wish there were like a few more crafting songs than there actually are.
I've never heard the crafting songs.
No?
I might have. I can't remember if I definitely have never done tailoring.
It's all the same. Like it's all the same. So if it's like if you're cooking, if you're doing blacksmithing, it's all the same song.
Oh, okay. I've done blacksmithing and also, I think I did cooking too.
The trick with this beret thing, we could make an artist hat. And we could make that cape.
Ooh, it's got
I
auto
want
and
a
auto
cape.
plus.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. I think that's like your experience in like making them automatically or some. I don't
Oh,
remember.
okay.
It's like something like that. If you make a thing a bunch of times, then you can just make it automatically without doing the mini game. Oh, this is a different crafting song. So I was wrong. I'm really boning this.
You've got like 16 seconds left. You've got it. You're doing all right. Oh boy, you might not do all right.
We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Oh,
fine.
there you go.
Yeah.
Does the speed with which you finish it change the quality?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the speed or the precision or both. I'm not actually sure about that. Okay, let's try and make these berets. We need to make a good quality beret. For this lady.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know. Big pom-pom. That's my guess.
I can tell from the size of the pom-pom that this is a good quality beret.
You know what they don't tell you? It's really easy to make a pom-pom.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you make one?
You just like get like there's a bunch of different ways, but like it's mostly just like a bunch of thread that you tie in, or a bunch of like yarn or whatever that you tie in the middle and then like fluff out.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, it's
It seems like something
easy.
you would have to like do. Like I'll like work at to do.
Not really. I mean, like if you want one of those like soft like ones with the really fine fluff, that's probably really hard, but like if you just want like a basic ass little pom-pom, it's not a big deal.
And that's all I need out of a pom-pom is for it to be a basic ass pom-pom.
Do you think she'll be happy with this top quality beret? Or did she only want a good quality beret?
I bet the top quality will be fine.
Okay, I'm gonna make this artisan's hat because it looks cool. Not very suitable for battle. Don't tell me.
Hat designed for it's a hat that artisans wear, not a hat that artisans make. Although in this case it's both.
Yeah, it'd be both. It's an artisanal hat. I mean, I guess it is also that. Never mind.
Handcrafted.
Yeah. There we go.
What's that? What the fuck was that game where you ran like a little shop? Recettear?
Yeah, that was one of those. There's a bunch of those now, but that was definitely one of them.
This is like, I feel like this could very easily
I'm not
transition.
even a blacksmith. I totally forgot.
I feel like the crafting stuff here could easily transition into a version of that is an Etsy shop.
Yeah. I want to say there was... I don't know that it wasn't like... Hometown Story also had sort of stuff like that, but it wasn't really crafting, I don't think. I don't remember. Where's that bug child? I guess it's nighttime, so he's gone.
Oh, he's just a...
Because he's like a child.
Daytime only bug?
He's like a baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Baby.
Carrot Man is also gone? Damn.
I can't believe everyone you need to talk to is gone.
It's fucked up.
Can you, like, sleep until morning?
Yeah, I can. I should. Is Jonah Gold a type of apple? I've never even heard of that.
Jonah Gold. That sounds familiar.
I should speak to Butterfly and check my bliss.
Oh, yeah, I've seen these. These are pretty good. These are the ones that are, like, they're mostly red, but they're, like, flecked with, like, green.
Mm. Oh, I don't want to... Well, we can talk later about butterfly stuff. Is it a hybrid between Jonathan and like a Golden Delicious?
You know what I heard? I heard a podcast ad for a kind of apple today.
Oh my god.
There's a podcast ad for Tango apples.
That's a good name for an apple.
Sweet Tango. Sweet Tango.
Oh, I hate that.
SWEE.
Okay, I take it back. It's not good. That's not good.
TANGO. One word, but S and T are both capitalized.
Swatango. That's
Swatango.
terrible.
Or Mineska. Mineska is also what it's called. It is a hybrid of two other apples, the Honeycrisp and the Mini Washetta. The Sweet Tango.
Why'd
Never
they
had
call
one,
it
but
Sweetango?
because it's sweet and tangy.
I mean, a lot of apples are.
Yeah.
That's kind of the appeal.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. But yeah, I heard a podcast ad for just no company. It was just go buy some Sweet Tango apples. Go try a Sweet Tango.
Hmm.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
That reminds me. There's a Eugene Merman joke from one of his old stand-up albums about like when you look at like grocery stores will just advertise milk, like not a brand. It'll just be like, buy milk, any kind, we don't care.
Oh. I killed a bunch of cobalt frogs. I don't have any sleep powder.
Maybe
Maybe
you only get them after you accept the quest.
No, I had that. It just maybe the drop rate's just a little slow. It's fine. Go deal with this carrot guy. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Someone said that food cultivars are usually owned by like a person. So yeah, Sweet Tango is a brand name that is owned, and Mini Waska.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mini,
I mean, that's.
Mieska is the...
I think that's why why Canada didn't have Honeycrisp apples for a while, because of it's like a whole brand and like copyright thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's silly.
It's very silly. Apples are nuts. I don't know why this is, and I don't know if it's true, but I did hear about. Are you laughing that we're still talking about apples?
No, I was laughing because you just like loudly proclaimed apples are nuts, and it just My initial reaction is just like I heard that in the tone of like cheesecakes or pies. That's too much. That's an argument too far. I can't go with you on that one.
If it turns out that apples are not nuts, I will cut off my left pinky. I will do it.
Jeez.
But
that's your apple eating pinky.
I'm ambidextrous. Apples. What was I saying? Apples are nuts. Figuratively. Here's the thing that I think that I know about apples. That when you plant like a apple seed, like it can just be anything. There's no way of like.
Oh yeah.
Like if you plant like a Honeycrisp seed,
it'll just
it
be
doesn't
like a
grow
crab
into.
Apple tree.
It'll just be a crabapple tree, yeah. Or it could be anything. It could grow into any kind of apple tree, but most likely it'll be crab apples. So all apple trees are like from cuttings because you can't just plant a seed and have a good tree come out, which is weird. That's super weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people who own the Apple brands are very happy about that, though. That someone can't just like put their Honeycrisp seeds in the ground and then make a Honeycrisp tree. Keith, did you vanish?
Hi, no, sorry. I'm listening to a story about what my cat was doing.
Okay.
Mike. Isaac's cat was being a dick, and my cat was being very sweet. Yeah. My cat's grumpy, but he's definitely not a jerk. Well, he's a cool guy. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
My cat's a nice guy.
You get to know him. He's a nice guy. He'll blow a cigarette smoke. He'll blow his cigarette smoke in your face, but he's nice.
We were divided. Isaac's cat is terrified of my cat for essentially no real reason, and he hissed at her one time when they met, and she never forgave him. And so she was in the bedroom, and he was outside the bedroom, and we shut the door, and it's like a glass door, so you can see through the bedroom door. Just to be like, look at each other and not freak out for 1 second. And she, and he like was pawing at the door, being like, please let me in too. And then she hissed at him.
Whoops, shit. How's your cat doing?
That's not my cat. That's a stray cat, lives outside. He's not my cat. Squiggle's not my cat. I haven't seen him all day because he's not my cat. He asked,
buying you a present?
Asked, where is he? And I don't know because he lives outside. That's the thing about Squiggles. Every picture I've posted of him accounts for every time he's ever been in my house.
But
like
still, he just seems so comfy.
He does seem very comfortable in my house. But hey, if you didn't have a house and someone just started letting you hang out in their house, you'd seem pretty comfortable too.
That's true.
He's a fucking scam artist.
Why is
he's
he
a little con man.
Just because he's taking the food?
He's taking the food and he's taking the pets. And what do I get out of it? More allergies? Another cat that doesn't want to be around the other cats in the house?
Squiggle's just doing what Squiggle needs to get by.
Yeah.
Can't fault Squiggle for that.
No. Squiggle can come in if he wants. That's fine.
I'm making apple juice. Why am I frying it in a pan?
Do you not pan fry your juice?
No.
You don't saute juice?
Especially not with lettuce. A little soy sauce. Like, no. Boom. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to bulk make this apple juice. Or at
I
least get
didn't
to the point
name
I could.
Squiggle. I was told Squiggle's name.
If you could have named Squiggle, what would you have named Squiggle?
Honestly, Squiggle is such a squiggle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's relatable. Squiggle does seem very squiggly,
Yeah.
so I can get behind that. I think that
When I
we
hear-
should buy a house.
Oh, yeah. Do we have enough money to... Do we have enough dosh to furnish that?
I mean, we're getting there. We're doing okay.
Okay.
I think we're in a good spot.
You ever see that Bodega Cats video of that guy that was petting that cat? And he was like, oh, it takes a pet like no problem.
Yes, I love that
That's-
guy.
I think that's how Squiggle is. That's what I think of every time I pet Squiggle, is that guy going like, takes a pet like no problem.
That video is so fucking good. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Let's buy ourselves a house, and then I think we'll call it. I don't remember where our actual house is. Here we go. There's like a bunch of houses, and I think I would like to maybe just buy all of them, but I don't remember if that's how this goes. Let's take a look here. Dilapidated
I went and
house.
watched that video. It does hold up, by the way, if anybody wants to go find the Bodega
Yeah, I
Cats
watched that like
video.
last week, I think, and it's still pretty fucking good.
And the cat does take a pet like no problem.
Yeah. Oh, she's not actually letting me. Do I have to like go to the house and buy it? So attic room is one we have. Artisan district is 6,000. Log cabin is 12,000. So we can do artisan district. But I don't remember how to buy. Maybe I can't yet.
Oh, that would be a bummer.
Yeah.
Is there a cat on that roof?
There's a cat on that roof. That cat wanted some fish, and we brought some fish.
How did you know that it wanted fish? Did it tell you?
Yeah, told me.
Magic cat or just cats can talk here?
Yeah, cats can talk here.
Steely's house.
Tenant wanted. No.
Fixer upper sounds like
I think
not
maybe
your-
we can't buy houses yet. Because she
That
didn't
sucks.
have anything to say to us. Oh well. I'm gonna double check that I don't have anything else to hand in. I don't think I do. Oh, I got that beret right, but she's there at night. Talk to Samantha to complete. No.
Nope.
Okay, well, it doesn't say she's there at night. It just says she's there in the middle. I thought she was there at night, though.
In the middle, like in the middle of the map, or in the middle, like the middle of the day.
She's supposed to be, like, right around here. But this lady is the lady who wants, like, soup or some shit. So she doesn't want a beret. It's fine. We'll take a nap and then she'll be there and we'll turn in the beret thing and we'll be good.
Yeah, after we turn in the beret, I'm gonna bounce.
Mm-hmm. We'll be done.
What time is it?
It is almost 9.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun. This is making me want to play more of this game if I can find my
It's a
copy
good
of it.
game.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Here's the beret kid. There you go.
Top quality too. Probably 2 stages better quality than she even asked for.
Mm-hmm. whatever. I wasn't gonna sit there making berets until I got one that was exactly good / shitty enough for her. I just give her the one I made that's fine. All right. Okay. Gonna save here. All right.
Oh, so earlier when you were cooking, I thought that your character was like scowling, but is that just like a tongue out, like
Yeah,
concentration
it's like
thing?
a little concentration tongue.
It's the screen share is a little bit too low resolution to make out clearly.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was like an angry scowl, but it's actually just
No. No, it's like, yeah. It's very cute and thoughtful, but it is a little low res, a little hard to see. So yeah, that's the witching hour for today. Thank you for joining me, Keith. Where can people find your stuff?
You can find me on Twitter at Keith J. Carberry, and you definitely should go to youtube.com/runbutton and watch some Run Button videos because they are fun and good.
And I'm Janine Hawkins. I'm at Bleeding Heart on Twitter. We're also both on a podcast together.
Yeah, we also do Friends of the Table.
Yeah, we do
Which
Friends
is
of the Table.
a very good podcast.
It is a good podcast. And y'all should listen to that. Otherwise,
I'm really excited for the next season.
Me too. I'm excited
I have
to get
no
back
idea
to
what's
Hiron.
going on with your stuff.
Yeah.
So and I think there's going to be a real reckoning when the halves meet.
I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, same. Very same.
For sure. So, of course, in October, I will be back doing this every single day, the Witching Hour. We used to do Magician's Quest, now we are doing Fantasy Life. We are sticking with the witchy theme, even though we are out of Magician's Quest games. It's nice to play a game in English again, I'll say that, because I understand what's happening and can respond accordingly instead of just guessing and relying on the 3 people in chat who know Japanese. Like a responsible streamer. Anyway, everyone have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Later.